And that white duck is onto it. She's just straight into the seed bag, face plant, and she's about the size of a damn goose. Ah, man. You've had enough duck. So I don't know how the audio is in this one because I'm trying the camera microphone. It just gives a better 360 audio. It's probably a little bit more immersive. But man, whatever this world is, it's really out for blood today, or out for loosh. You know, it did its little weird shifted up, mix it up gaslight with my bread verification incident tonight. You know, as petty and trivial as that is, it's just in the scale of things, at least you're not being microwaved extremely. But it's just a bizarre disorientation. You know, you get used to something. Like you get your bread and they don't ask for the verification, and then it gets mixed up, and like the lady comes in and she's like, I've been working here 3.5 years, we always do this, and yet I've been going there a year and I've never done it. So and tonight there's this marauding ghetto bird just been circling overhead. It's literally gone back and forth 4 times probably while I've been in the park for the last half hour. 3 times at least, and at least that one isn't a medical helicopter, so that's something at least. I always have internal conflict over all this stuff with the ducks. I try to make it all, you know, joyous and when it involves the ducks. But yeah, like there used to be a shitload more ducks, sadly. So I don't know what's happened to them. You know. I actually sent the council an email asking if they had culled any of the ducks. I don't know if they're legally obliged to be honest about it or not, but what's this guy doing? He's trying to own all the seed, I think. There were some glorious days here with the ducks last year and even up to last summer. There were about 70 ducks in a big roving mob, and we'd have a great time. But like whenever anything gets too fun, you know, the council will step in and they'll be like, this is a public health hazard, or you know, some bullshit like that. And I don't know if that's what happened, or if they just you know, they moved down or up river onwards. Hopefully it's that. I hope no one's taking them for food, but you never know. I mean, times are pretty desperate. And I don't see it myself, but apparently morals are at an all-time low. I only see the immoral academia and you know, the immoral professionals, you know, like your doctors, your psychiatrists, psychologists, you know, therapists, whoever. That side of it, I see that gaslighty kind of immorality, covering up abuse by gaslighting, but I don't see the low end stuff, like, you know, the violence and that. I hear about it. Beacon 4000 channel is a pretty damn honest one about NPD. He talks about it, but I've never really seen it in my daily life. I actually see less cruelty and violence, and I think it's because people are more roboticized now. Hey duckies. So yeah, this usual like internal conflict comes in, like, I don't know whether I'm meant to sugarcoat things, you know, whether I'm meant to hold the dark potential truths to myself or tell people about it. You know, even when it comes to these ducks, like, you know, seemingly a bunch of them went missing, and I don't know whether I should say that or just keep it to myself, but I'm at least emailed the council to ask them if they had any part in it. And they're pretty damn hungry, especially since they had those signs out, you know, from last year when I, pretty much 2 days, 3 days after I started filming the ducks and putting them on YouTube. That whole "don't feed the ducks," you know, signs came out. It's a real mindfuck with how you're meant to behave here. Like, what's the most... Oh shit. That duck there, by the way, that just called out then, that one got taken by someone to be raised for a month when it was a duckling, because it lost its family, and then they released it back in the park, and it always kind of looks slightly different to the other ducks, and I think it's because they raised it on chick crumble, like, you know, chick as in chicken crumble for raising chickens. I think it's reasonably healthy food. So yeah, I don't know what the right way to behave in this place is, whether you're just meant to shut up about the evil and not warn anyone, and, you know, just keep it all to yourself. And I don't think it should be our cross to bear personally. I think it should be the people doing it's cross to bear, but you know, people say, like, you got to be positive, you got to be happy, because otherwise these supposed like entities feed on us. So it just requires you, you know, to be like unnatural, you know, to be happy and joyous while you're being abused to death, pretty much. You know, it's really like, feels fake. It's very hard to do. Be joyous as they kill you, like, what? I don't know, man. It's just, and if you're not, then they feed off you because apparently they're allowed to, because of these weird fucking insane apparent like laws of the universe or whatever. Oh, you're sinning because you're angry or something, you know. Then you're opening up like doorways, and the demons are allowed to feed off you or something. I don't know how to word it or how to phrase it or whatever, but it's really hard to do, to be in a joyous state while, you know, all this horrific shit is going on. I mean, that helps. Seeing this cheeky little duck doing this thing. That definitely helps. But if you haven't got animals in your life, you know, it's damn hard to do. And if you're sober as well, you know, really hard to do. If I could just you know, enjoy ganja like I used to, then it would be easy, man. I'd just smoke all the time and play video games probably, or see the ducks. But very, very hard to be in a joyous state when you're sober in this. And then, you know, you got the isolation of the perpetual gaslight from all those around you on almost everything, you know. Like with the bread lady today, they just shifted it up like, oh, we've always asked for the bread verification, and you know, it's like two different timeline dwellers just met today, and from different realities, like where, you know, as I've already bitched enough, like in my old reality they never asked for verification for the bread, and yet this one's claiming they've asked for it in the 3.5 years she's been working there. That was bizarre. Sorry ducks, I'm sorry to be such in low spirits today. At least I bought seed. He's a bit of a strange duck, that one. And then there's the time thing, you know, time perpetually speeding up, at least for me. Yeah, they continually gaslight on that as well. Like, fuck yeah, the ducks think it's pretty funny. Maybe I should just become a transgander, you know, put a bill on my face and just get a bunch of duck feathers together, cover myself in like glue and just roll around in them and just go and sit by the river. Be a laugh, may as well. And I could say, oh look officer, I don't relate to your laws because I identify as a duck now, or a goose actually. You know, transgenderism. And if you don't respect it, it's hate speech, officer. I'm going to sue you, but I don't know if the courts are on board with like the transgender agenda as well or not. I think they fear the honesty of the duck in all honesty. Got one more bag of seed here. So yeah, time for me has just been absolutely going for it. Like, I used to come down and see the ducks, and it's been, you know, I always do it in darkness now, there's just not enough time. Sorry, I'm going to do up my bag. But I do my supermarket shop beforehand now because by the time I'm done with the ducks it's like 11 o'clock at night or something, and then it's actually not so bad because at least that way the evening's over and then I get the quiet of the evening till the sweet early hours of the night when, you know, everyone's asleep and it's just peaceful. Maybe that's why these ducks stay up late, you know. They'll try to blame it on the nocturnal bird feeder man, but these ducks have been nocturnal, you know, on the first night I came down to see them, they're already awake, and they spotted me from like 50 meters away. Here comes this damn ghetto bird again, you see him? I think they're a bit worried about the Ducktopian dawn uprising. Don't know what that duck's laughing about. He thinks he's not going to be forced to partake in the great Ducktopian takeover. It definitely is humanity's last chance. Hey mate. Oh well, that got shut down pretty dramatically. So on the topic of time speeding up, I really feel for you guys who have to keep a routine, because it must be hellish to have a fixed set of things you got to do every day. You know, there's no... You're lucky they let you stay here. So that's the guy who... that's the Christian guy that thinks he owns the park. It's a good Christian man there, calling me a cunt. Jeez, man. What a demon. Far out. Terrible fucking energy. Far out. You know that guy there? Far out, man. Got real bad energy. Oh. I don't like that shit. I don't like to confront people. Far out. He's still having a go. So that guy there, I would say in my opinion he's properly crazy, but he's been allowed to stay at the gardens at this park for probably like the last 2 years at least. He's like renowned for being crazy, and yeah, he's beaten up 2 people, you know, assaulted 2 people, and he's still allowed to stay here. And it's kind of salt in the wounds for anyone who's a genuine targeted individual, because, you know, they'll pull the psych reprisal on you the second you show any reactive abuse. Yet that guy's allowed to stay there, you know, 2 years now. And just gotta get my net again. And yeah, he's allowed to stay there, he's allowed to sleep in the park. and they just, you know, the police give them a pass, some sort of like preferential treatment for some reason, whereas, you know, as far as I know, no one's allowed to sleep here. But well, I would happily turn a blind eye to it if he wasn't assaulting people, if he wasn't you know, intimidating people. I tell you, man, that energy was really fucking terrible. Really fucking bad. It's weird, eh? Like, I'm still not sure how to interpret the energy thing, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie, eh? Like, just felt a real fucking bad energy around, from him. Really fucking angry energy. I don't think it was from me. I don't think it was a panic response from me. It's just, I don't know how you can physically like block that kind of energy. People claim they can. I don't know if it's possible. If you're a so-called empath, whether you literally can block that shit. I thought that fella had turned a corner, because he's, you know, about a year ago, he was like clapping at the ducks, or the geese rather, like clapping at them, calling them like devil ducks, and you know, fuck up, devil duck, and I thought, far out, man, I just keep away from this guy. But then, like, I saw him this summer, and he was actually in a lot different frame of mind. Like, I thought he'd turned a corner, and he was smiling and, like, you know, getting on with regular people in the park. But yeah, obviously not going by, well, by today's encounter. And this guy, like, it's just one of the mysteries of Christianity. Well, I suppose you'd say, like, oh, don't blame it on the book, blame it on the person or something, but that guy identifies as a Christian. He preaches the Bible to people. He goes around the city and does this. Maybe I'll listen to one of his sermons one day and, you know, say, like, give him a taste of his own medicine and say, like, good sermon, you know, C-U-N-T. Seriously, man, you know, I guess I haven't been immersed in the full spectrum of society, I suppose, like, to realise how fucking broken it is, to realise how fucked up some people are. And you know, like, I wouldn't mind, like, how do I say it, I'll be open to people sleeping in the park, because especially if you're being microwaved or having problems with the technology and being able to get a deep sleep or feel safe, I can totally relate to that. You know, I would turn a blind eye to people who sleep under trees and stuff, the cost of living and everything. But when you're like acting out like that guy does, and you know, he has this sense of entitlement, like he owns the park, and oh, everyone better shut up so that he can get a bit of sleep, and you know, he'll go and have a go at the ducks for quacking. He has a go at the Canadian geese for quacking, and then, you know, he's just had a go at me for feeding the ducks at night, and he's like, they want to sleep, and they're up already. You know, I don't even know if they're able to sleep. Maybe they're too hungry. I honestly don't know. I mean, people just justify things however they want to justify it to suit their thing, and you know, obviously anyone could say the same about me, that I just want to feed the ducks late at night. But I don't know. The first night I came here, they were awake and they spotted me from like 50 meters away. So yeah, poor buggers. Oh, I guess if I don't want to run into that guy again, I'll probably have to come here earlier. It's incredible, man, just the people they let roam. They're like people who act up and are a threat and they let them roam. And then there's the politically outspoken, relatively sane and collected people calling out the corruption, and it's us that this psych system will target. You know, there's one guy, I'll just end on this, like there's one fella that they let roam around this city, and he wails about CHIPs and people and that electronic harassment torture stuff, and he's allowed to do laps of the city for like a year now, and no one's ever locked him up. And you hear about targeted people that, you know, they never seem to evade the psych reprisal. So it just seems like hypocrisy. Yeah, anyways, I'll fill up my water and get back to the Matrix pod, I suppose. Man, what a place. Ghetto birds coming overhead again. Matrix has really had a go at me today. I wonder what you guys are doing in that situation. You know, you hear these things like, observe, don't absorb, and it's like, is it physically possible if you're an empathic person? Is it truly possible to stand in front of, say, someone like that guy before who was having a real go at me and had real fucking anger energy? Is it possible to block that out? Like, honestly? Is it truly possible to do that, like, in the present? I don't know how you could. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear if you do literally have, you know, have techniques that actually do work. Yeah, let me know. Anyways, I better hightail it because time's speeding up, of course. I think that was a pretty eventful video, that one. Jeez. Hope you can handle it alright, you emotionally sensitive people. It was a shaky Saving Private Longfin eel bird feeder man edition. A little bit shaky. Hope it wasn't too traumatic for you.